Well, it is flu season and I'm sick. Well, now the only food I can ingest is chicken broth, and I'll be laying in my bed thinking about what I could have done better. And the hospital is 7 hours away. Unless I have Mario Land to distract me. We will be reviewing Mario Land 1 today. And Mario Land 2. Let the screen get good. There it is. I downloaded a lot of software right before the store closed. And yes, I have BTD 4 meat, but if you're wondering, I actually am sick, but I just want to do a video. I only did like 7 takes, and then when I got right, the microphone wasn't turned on. But I think we should get into reviews. So, you know what? Let's go to Mario Land. And if you're wondering, I don't have Mario Land 3. I have Wario Land 3. That's the 5th Mario Land. That's not how numbers work! I'm really angry at this game's bullcrap. How was that like 3-2 and died? So close. You know, I would thought, but this game cost me good money. But for comedic value. Mario Land 1. You know, I actually like this game, even though it's clunky. I think the main reason it's clunky are the controls. Now, they work like any other Mario game. B is running, A is jump, D-pad is move, blah blah blah. Simple, right? Well, the game has messed up physics. For example, let's say you're just walking and jumping. Now, jumping feels nice. Okay? It feels like an actual Mario game. Falling, however, makes you feel like a brick and just doesn't like walk out well at all. You fall so fast and so heavy, you don't really have time to react. The thing is, if you fall, you will die if there's a pit. Like, no exception. Unless, like, you're using the Game Genie or something, but yeah. I do want to say the Game Genie on Game Boy is quite charming. Also, the power-ups in this game: Mushroom, Star, Standard. The star is on screen right now, as you can see. This isn't my footage, by the way. I have no clue how to get an SP onto a computer. I don't know how to do like that with a capture card, so I'm just using someone else's footage. But Star just stands still, Mushroom acts normal, and there's 2 new power-ups. The 1-up. Yeah, it's not new, but it's a new texture, so I count that as new. And the final new power-up, the Super Ball Flower. I believe it was actually originally called the Fire Flower in the game. It was obviously trying to be that. And then Nintendo was like, we should actually call it the Super Ball Flower. Oh, it was always called the Super Ball Flower. I don't know. I'm not doing research. I'm just here to record. This game is pretty good. I think it deserves a little clap and a half. But there are some problems with it, even though it's just short and tiny, which is one of the problems, but you know, there's only 12 levels. Let's just get into my problems with the game. Number 1, the sprites are so tiny. Now, on the original Game Boy model, this is hell. So if you play it on like something with a backlight, it's nice and enjoyable. But it was made for the green environment. And on the green environment, it's alright. I've never owned a DMG or even played of it, so I only know of the whole stories about it. But hey, it seems good. And more complaints. Yeah, alright, let's keep going. The game is so tiny. It's only 12 levels long. Like, come on, man, that's not cool. That ain't cool. I already said, you fall like a brick. Don't need to elaborate on that. I already did. Also, I don't know. The game, it's a penis. Look, see. Anyways, immaturity besides. Let's just, I'm just trying to think. See, this game is really difficult to hate. Like, it's bad, but come on. It's like picking on a dog with no legs. Yeah, I can steal a Scott the last joke. I'll steal 100, 1,000! Exploding totals. You just saw it there. Also, well, the theming is really nice. Like, for example, World 1 takes place in the desert. World 2 takes place in the aquatic ocean. World 3 is in Japan. And World 4, I don't really know. I do have to comment on the submarine level and the airplane level. They're both shoot-em-ups, and they're amazing, and if anyone hates them, I will be very enraged. They're just nice. Oh yeah, I have two more things to say that I hate about this game. Well, I don't hate this game. It's kind of hard to hate. Number 1, you can't go back in a level. It's kind of painful. It just pains me. Number 2, this is the big one. When you get hit, you turn to small Mario. Just like Mario 1. That's okay. I also like the bonus game. You've seen it a couple times already. I'll explain it for the blind people. Why would anyone watch my video who's blind? If you are, I genuinely want to know. You'd have to use text-to-speech though in the comments, so I don't think that'd be accurate. Okay, so in the bonus games, there are 4 different platforms and a ladder. You basically press the button randomly to get a different outcome. With the ladder, if it is on your floor, you go above. Simple. There is Super Ball Flower, a 1-up, a 2-up, or a 3-up. And that's it. I think it's really good if you hit the top of the flagpole. This is what I would say if there was a flagpole. There's not a flagpole. It's just a door. Entrance at the bottom, entrance at the top. If you go to the top, you get that minigame. Go to the bottom, next stage. Simple. But you know, I like this game. But, you know, after playing it, yeah, I think it's good. Have never been able to beat it. Even trying my most, still can't, I know. I will be lonely forever, but I think we should move on to Super Mario Land 2 now. I've said everything about this game I can think of without just over-dragging it and being a complete, waste of time. So, let's go to Mario Land 2 now. Goodbye. Well, nowhere to go but up. Let's try Super Mario Land 2. Mario Land 2. If you're wondering why it's in color, it's because they released a DX version for the Game Boy Color that would work on the original Game Boy also. And I'm tired of looking at black and white. So for my own safety, I'm going to be looking at the DX version, okay? And that's the version you're looking at too. So, Mario Land 2. This game was released in 1992 and was a pretty good game. First, it's really chunky, but that's okay. I mean, I don't care if you're a little heavy, so. But this is a Mario game, this isn't a human, so, you know, this doesn't work the same, but same philosophy. Anyways, this game is very good. I like it, and I'll elaborate on why. Now, Mario Land 2, it actually has a story that isn't just say Princess, but this time it's Daisy. By the way, in Mario Land 1, it's Daisy. So. In Super Mario Land 2, it takes place directly after the original Mario Land, after you take Daisy back to her homeland of, I don't know, probably the Mushroom Kingdom. I guess there's just 2 different castles, I don't know. And so, this was the first appearance of Wario, and while Mario was down, he was like, alright, I'm going to take over Mario's country. Yes, Mario owns a country in this universe. I don't know how, he just does. It's just kind of cool. So, Wario hypnotizes everyone. In one of the best ads I've ever seen, you see from the view of Wario hypnotizing you to kill Mario as one of the enemies, which I think genius. Mwah. Now this game actually has 7 different zones if you count the final boss, and each of them are unique, and yes, they're called zones officially. I don't get why it's Sonic, but yeah, that's just how it is. So, in Zone 1, well, there's not actually numbered zones, so I'll just go over them on my own order, quickly. So, the cool thing about this game, you can play any of the zones in any order besides the final boss. You just have to beat the first 6 zones, then go to Wario's castle. Well, your castle that Wario took over. So, the zones, I will be going in the order I usually play them. I've not beaten this game, but I've played every zone a lot. I grew up with this game, actually, which is kind of funny. So first, Tree Zone. It's the zone you're seeing right now. It's quality enough. It's a fun little zone. And it deserves to have the prize of the first zone, because it's probably the one you play the first. And I think it's fun. Next, Micro Zone. You're tiny and you're in a house. It's very cute and I like it. It also reuses some of the enemies from the Tree Zone, because I mean it works the same. Like in the tree there's ants and stuff. In a house there's ants and stuff. See, it works, and you're really tiny, so it makes sense. And the boss fight, I do have to say, there's a boss fight at the end of every zone. It's a rat, and he goes through pipes. Have you ever played, like, Martin or, Roy from Mario World? That's him, but it's better. Oh no, he got the mushroom. That turned him back. I did not. I thought it would just give you, like, 1,000 points. That's sad. Well. Anyways, next up is the zone inside the Koopa's stomach zone. I forgot the name of it. It's a nice zone. I think it's my least favorite just because, I don't know, I don't like water. Also, there's a squid as the final boss of the zone, which is kind of cool. There's also a whale inside the Koopa. So that means this turtle ate a whale. I don't know how. Next up, Mario's Crotch Zone. You play a level inside Mario's crotch. I will not elaborate, except the final boss is the 3 little pigs. And Nintendo used to make rip-off Legos called N&B blocks. And so there's one level made out of that, which is kind of cool. The Halloween Zone. It's spooky. It's a spooky little zone. I like it. Final boss is a witch. And it's nice. She like comes out of pots and stuff. And then she smokes some pot. And then you get high. I think that's how it went. I don't know. I haven't played this game in 12 and a half teen years. I'm 12. So, I don't know. I haven't played it since I was in the womb. My mom ate a Game Boy when she was drunk. But you shouldn't be drinking when you're pregnant. I guess that's why I'm autistic. Next up And the final zone, besides the final boss, Space Zone. It's in space. There's 2 levels, which is the least amount, but hey, of any zone, except the final boss. But it's cool. One zone, you have floaty physics. Next, you can just fly. And I think it's pretty worth it. It's a nice zone. The final boss of Mario Land 1 that's the boss. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the final boss fight with Wario is amazing. You gotta go through this big castle, and then you finally fight Wario. And he uses the power-ups. He uses the super mushroom to just be a normal face. Then he goes through the bunny suit, and then the fire mushroom. After that, he's unpowered up, and you take back your castle. Hell yeah. Now it's time to go through the bad parts of this game. I can't think of any. This is the perfect game. This is my favorite Mario game of all time. I just love it, man. This game deserves the award. And a remake of Mario Land 1, 2, and 3 on the Nintendo Switch for like $30, please. All in a bundle. Not separately. God, I'm not paying $90 for 3 Game Boy games. That's absurd. Anyways. Actually, you know what? Let me think about some criticism, and I'll be back. Alright, well, I'm here to inform you. It took me so long to think that we're at the final boss. That's how long it takes to think of criticism for this game. Well, hey. At least, whoa. Hey, it's the dirty bubble from SpongeBob. Now, those 2? Wowee. Anyways. So. God, there's so many dirty bubbles from SpongeBob. And he only has 30 seconds left. I'm still sick. Even though I'm recording this on the next day. Okay. So. Basically, criticism. First of all, the game is really chunky. I know I said I don't care about that, but, you know, it is still a problem. It's better than Mario Deluxe, though, at least, screen crunch-wise. Next up, when you get a power-up, a mushroom, you revert back to the mushroom power-up, even if you have, like, oh no, the fire flower carrot. Next up, some stages were too short, some were too long, and it's complicated to get to Space Zone. Also, as another bonus criticism, the game is just a bit too easy. I know it's a Mario game, but it's also, some points are too hard, some points are too easy. It's not really an in-between, but it is a fun game. Now, I did play it on the 2DS with the circle pads. That might be something. I really don't like the circle pad. I mean, at least it is better than the D-pad on the Xbox Harrison Kent of Beaverton, Oregon. Yeah. His address is 9926. Well, there it was. Mario Land and Mario Land 2. Next time to give him a review out of 10. Realistically, 5 out of 10, but that sounds funny. You know what's funny? That is Mario Land 2, 9 out of 10. It's a beautiful game, and I think it's good. Oh yeah, I also found a 9mm bullet. I don't live in like a hoodish area. I live in a very safe neighborhood. I don't know how this got here. Please help.